And after this wholesome moment, we can advance in Division 2. This is what it brings to us, these emotions, man. I knew that name from somewhere. I was like, he played an LPL, didn't he? But yeah, there you go. I got my confirmation. But now we move on to London United versus Raid Gaming. We're talking about a team that is in 6th place, so middle of the pack, as we discussed in previously, versus a team that is in last place currently. So if they want to run away from relegations of the split, they need this victory bad, because this allows you to run a little bit. If you start stacking on those defeats, it means you cannot get away from relegation.
Yeah, I mean, London United really has to like get some sort of have some sort of meeting,
Mojo.
like some motivational speech from their coach, maybe like get a good draft going with a good identity. I think this is what I talked about them as well in the past before, and then I saw them actually like do a good draft, and I was like, hey, this could be looking promising for London United, and then they just kind of lost the game in 25 minutes. So that was that. But I think maybe today, I think you have the good basics. You get a good draft. It's so important in the league to get a actually playable draft. And against Rate, I mean, Rate, another team that is just in the middle of the pack, right? They also want to get up to that like topper spots, like the 1, 2, 3 spot, and like really make sure that they are not gonna be like in danger of getting into that relegation, right? But yeah, it's gonna be a clash. Not a clash of the titans, maybe I can't say that, but clash of the survivors, maybe that's a better way to put it.
I mean, you're against the wall, so you need to do something. You need to change what you're doing, and Raid Gaming is not an easy target above all. That's what we need to take into consideration as we jump into this one. Raid Gaming is a team that has been surprising everybody constantly, even on Spring Split they were doing so. So you cannot take this one easy. Like, okay, we can do it. We've been unlucky so far. We can do this versus Raid Gaming. It's not an easy task. So London United have one of the worst or most difficult tasks ahead of them, and we're gonna do it again. We're gonna say it's not
Yeah,
over until the Nexus explodes. So London
yeah.
United have a clear shot, and Red Gaming as well, because if Red Gaming wins this one, it also shoot into a better position in the middle of the pack. I told you guys at the beginning of the day, every single team is one game away from each other.
Yeah, no, I mean for sure, right? And I think what you talked about as well is London United. Maybe when you're thinking about the opponent you're going up against, you know that you kind of lost almost every single game except for one, and then you go up against Raid, who is this middle of the pack team, right? I think it all has to come from like some sort of within. It's hard to build confidence when you're losing every game, but hey man, you need to start somewhere, and maybe instead of it's a hard task, but instead of thinking about like how the split has been going so far, you're 1-6, it's not looking good. Try to take it game by game and maybe not care so much about the standings. You just play the game that you love to play. We saw Dandom obviously being super emotional about his first victory in a competitive stage, and I mean we were super happy for him, right? And this is what the teams are fighting for. They're fighting for victories. That's what feels so incredibly good. And London United, they have gotten that feeling before, right? They are sitting at 1-6. They need to kind of visualize that feeling and get that the next exploding on the side of it.
The beds are coming in. It's going to be the Cartas in the jungle. We've seen this multiple times. They're going to remove it away. The Casio as well. Yumi, Zeri is available. I don't think Raids will allow this one to go through unless they want to bait it in for themselves. Either they let the Zeri go in
Lilia
and they just
too.
pile on that.
Yeah, Lilia is open as well. Actually, so many
Lilia
open
is
picks
open.
coming
I think
out.
it's the first time for today as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's gonna be. It has been banned on red side like every single game, and now it's up to them to choose. But are they actually gonna go for the Volibear or the Viego, the jungle pick, and leave both Seri and Lilia open? This could be just a quick, easy pickup for Raid.
I think so. 4-3. This team, if they get themselves a win, they're going to be 5-3, which is going to tie them up with the first teams of the day. They're the one in second place, by the way. So the jump they do at the end of the day is going to be marvelous. But obviously, London United still have a shot. They have the early jungler with the Volibear. They skip on the Zeddy because I saw the timer reset. So this means that they picked. Yeah, there you go. Senna. It could still be a support. We don't know what else we're going to pair the Senna with. Tom Kench is available, I guess. It's a good, clear way. It seems like Wraith is building for that late game, even though they see the Volibear for the early game.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, just as we mentioned, right, there are so many OP picks open. Senna also considered being one of these top picks that you can kind of blind pick. There's not really a lot of bad matchups you can play into. One of them, though, used to be like Poke Varus. They used to be so good into Senna, but I was getting baited once again. We're not gonna see it. We're gonna see the Vlad blind pick, and then the champion select is gone. Um, so yeah, something
Something
happened there. I
happened.
mean,
Don't
I
worry
was
about it.
confused as well about the Vlad pick. I'm not sure if it was intended or not. Maybe we'll see it regardless. Could be a blindable champion. I don't think so, but let's see. While we just wait for the champion select to load again, and
Hey,
yeah.
it's not that bad of a pick. Vladimir is a guy that if he gets into the late game, it seems like all games are going to the late game.
Mm,
He does an awful lot of damage, I would say, in team fights. Grievous Wounds is not as powerful as it was in the past. So this means his sustain is also powerful. So who knows? Who knows? It's one of those wild picks. We're trying to get some sort of information, but it doesn't matter because they're just reforming the champion select and redoing the champion select as we speak.
Okay, I mean, sounds good. We are just happy to have a little chat here about Vladimir and other picks. I mean, I think it's a good point you bring up actually, like the fact that the Grease Wounds is being nerfed, and you're a bit tankier, so you can actually like be not afraid to like blind pick this time to
Mhm.
champions and be able to scale because as you mentioned, there are so many games going to the late game, going to that Elder Dragon flip, and Vlad obviously shines in those crazy moments. We are gonna see ban coming in once again. I assume it's gonna be just the same bans coming in from the teams, and then let's see if it's gonna be the Vlad pick or not. I mean, I'm just curious to see what it's gonna be.
Vlad is not going to be picked, as I've received this information. They're redoing the champion select with the same exact picks, um, taking the Vlad away.
Oh,
It doesn't seem like we're going to get a blind Vlad today. Maybe we get him at the end of the champion select. We don't know, but it's not going to be a blind one. So the Volleyball is a really good an interesting pick that came into a team that needs to represent themselves. So that early game should be key for London United. So I'm expecting them to at least build one lane where the volleyball Roljo can play for.
yeah. I mean, for sure, right? You just have to get at least one or preferably two prior lanes if you're playing with the Volibear because he wants to be proactive. He wants to maybe not get his dives going. We have not been seeing too many of them, but as you mentioned, I think when you're getting confident again on this patch, you can start to go for this kind of early dives with Volibear as well. I want to see the Senna Viego. Viego has just been like kind of an answer right into the Volibear. He's kind of handshaking when the Wukong is not open for grabs, and I'm getting baited again, aren't I? Like I've said that Varus Poke is like one of the good picks into Senna. The Six is good as well if you need AP source, but Varus is gonna be locked in. Could be just a lethal tempo Varus as well, right? But this is actually one of the better picks into Senna, I think.
Interesting. I like the zigs. I really like the zigs. The wave clear forced the sin against the turret and have that wave cleared, and also the capability of playing towards the other sides of the map. And if this Lulu is picked, which was picked, this is a lethal tempo Varus.
Yeah.
I don't see a Lulu with a poke Varus coming in.
Yeah, I think that's really a bannable offense. If they would go into the game with Poke Varus
Reportable,
and
yeah.
Lulu, yeah, that is reportable for sure. Just completely griefing
I'm
the
getting
champ select.
information if you do so, the champion select will be remade.
Actually, yeah, we will just go in there and pause it, and then like, guys, what is going on? Why did you do this? We'll
Wait, I
see.
got information. I was fired for spreading false information. Okay.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna do both analysis and play by play this game. I
Let's
guess.
go, man.
Just,
You got this.
yeah, that's nice. We're gonna see the car being locked in. Obviously, gonna be a flex, but wouldn't be surprised if he just goes into the bot lane. But then again, is Karma then going to be the one that's farming? Is Sana gonna be the one? We saw some changes in the patch. Not sure if it's the live one that we're talking about or if it's gonna be 12.12 that Sana's passive got a bit changed. You know how it goes. Sana's soul stacking. They have been trying to change that for so many years. But yeah, it's gonna be nice to see if this Karma is gonna be mid or support. I mean, who knows these days? Or AD.
They do have movement speed, the follow up from Viego. Can you imagine if Viego just walking through the hollow mist alongside with the shield from the Carmen movement speed? That is a menacing sight. It's almost like watching Volibear running at you. Instead of playing from front to back, you're actually playing to engage with the Viego. But let's see how it goes as the bans are coming in, and there's a focus on the coach Sama to the top side with the Olaf and Camille. Yeah, Olaf can be played on the top side. I don't know if you saw it before, but it is weird. The Kali alongside with the Swain are going to be removed coming in from the Raids team, and now they're the ones forced to open their hand. I was thinking they could pick the top laner to make sure that they can still flex the Karma, but they're going to decide on another late game pick, which is the Corki.
Yeah, I mean, Raids is saying at this point that London United can't really do like punish them enough in the early game to be able to like make sure that they can actually get the dub going, right? They are gonna maybe go for the 6 as well, just into the Corki. The Lux hover though, what is going on, man? I mean, I'm just getting confused. You're
getting baited, man. You're getting baited.
We're getting baited. I can't believe I'm falling for it once again. I thought that we would actually maybe seeing a sack pick on the side of Wraith because they already have 3 green champions. At least according to the portrait. So that's something that I was kind of expecting, but I got disappointed by the Corki pick. Maybe next time I can be happy about that.
This is a blind Aatrox, so you can pick something that can punish him into the top side, even rotate the Karma if you want to be sneaky about it. But obviously, he thrown in the challenge, and if we're talking about challenges, it could be a Fiora or another sort of split pusher that can deal with the Aatrox. Fiora obviously jumps into close quarters with the Aatrox, and that's not what you want as an Aatrox. You want to control the distance between you and your enemy, and it's going to be the pick from Curl to wrap it up, the composition. So tell me, M-Test, looking into these two, how do you think this is going to go from the early game?
So I think definitely, once again, right, it's really on London United to make something happen proactive in the early game. They have mid prio, they have bot prio as well, they have the Volibear, they have the draft that we kind of identified that they had to go for, because in this game, 100% you're getting outscared by the likes of Fiora, Corki, Sana Karma as well. You're not gonna win these late game team fights unless you're the last game and it's just a ping pong game. I mean, who knows at this point, but I think I favor London United's comp actually, but I really doubt that if they can do anything like super big proactive in the early game. It's just up to them at this point.
Okay, right on the other side, they want to slow down the game until they're comfortable enough to face London United. Maybe Yulba will be able to do something weird at all. Is one of those mid laners that we constantly hear talk about. So I don't even think he's going to be going through some sort of issue on the early game versus the Ahri. He may be favoring that X-Drinker as the first item for the mid lane, for the Corki. So that should be enough to save him from any sort of engage. The Volibear also deals some sort of magical damage, which is also helpful. At least the storm that comes in from the E, that should be helpful for him to buy that item and be more safe. Lethal Tempo Varus though. What can we expect from that in the bot lane versus the Senna and the Karma?
Yeah, I think it's kind of up to Rust Sniper and Buster to play this lane aggressive, because you can't really play this lane just to farm. That's the thing about these poke lanes, that you have to kind of take these trades in the double range matchup. The Karma against the Lulu. Lulu can outplay the Karma if she is good at using her E, and then I think it's just really easy for Varus to get pushed in this lane. But if the Lulu is misplaying level 1, that could mean that Toys and Velocity just gets the perma bot push. And the thing about this kind of matchup, this goes for like every single ranged matchup when you're playing, when both supports are ranged. Level 1 is super important. That's why we see Velocity putting that crucial ward in the mid bush. Now, Rust Sniper and Bussy, they can't really cheese in that one. And I mean, on paper, Varus and Lulu should have the push in this one, but I'm just saying, level 1, and we have double ranged support matchup, it's really important to not screw up your laning phase that way.
Tear of God is straight up bot from it all, so this means his early game is not going to be as powerful. Another window for Woljo or Sarge to go in and try to get an early kill. He has TP, so he doesn't have any sort of cleanse. A charm and the stun could be enough CC chain to kill them. We got our confirmations or suspicions confirmed right now, which is a lethal tempo on the Rusty Sniper to play with the Varus. That is going to start with the longsword. On the other side, it's going to be the Cinder just farming away souls, while the Karma is going to be the one farming gold. Top side, I think this is going to be an interesting match. Super big fun as the Vital on the bottom side. So if he doesn't move away, the next one is going to be in front of him. Because for those of you who don't know, it has to be on the opposite side of when it first appeared.
Yeah, I mean, It's really gonna be a snowbally one, right? I see Curl actually not opting for the flash as well in this one. He has Ignite, so gonna be having that advantage in the 1v1, but it's gonna be susceptible to ganked as well, which is why Voldio decided to path up to the top side. Actually, both bot lane leashed, so this is gonna give. This is kind of what I in solo queue. I never actually do this when I have a double range support matchup. I tell my jungler I'm not leashing because I have to get push level 1. But in this case, both bot lanes leashed, and it looks like actually Senna and Karma are the ones that gets the push in this one, which is maybe it doesn't look as it looks like it doesn't really matter, right? But now with the ward that they have this as well, they can actually keep the push like this, and Sniper and Buzzer are gonna be forced to play on the backside of this lane.
And it's a tough lane to counter push. Look at the push you provide when you have the Sin alongside with the Karma. It's quite difficult to fight this one. It's poke after poke, burst after burst. Karma in the early game can be a little bit of a nuisance.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is the thing, right? When you actually do decide to, decide, but when you get a push, rather, it's super hard for London United to get it back, and Karma and Senna can just keep poking on the tower. This is why it's so crucial as well to visit this lane early if you want to snowball it, because once one lane has push, they are not gonna give it back, and we're gonna see this. Actually, Curl has been taking some good trades on the top side. Already forced Super Big Fun's potion, has a big way under his tower. Would really doubt if they were gonna go for some crazy dive, right? Because Voljo is on the top side with Volibear, but this gives Voljo kind of no options but to go for the crab and just say, hey, I'm gonna peace out.
The thing is, he was not supposed to get himself the crab. It was really, really fast. So even though that over there they have the vision, so Curl and Wooble won't be able to do any sort of pressure. I don't think they would be able to do it regardless because it's a Viego. It's not the same as a Volibear early game to get the dive. You're not as fast. You don't have that shield as well. And the burst you get from the W. Viego is... We heard today, you get the damage on Viego from items and not from the kit itself. Obviously, you can push it with the kit. It's what allows you to use those items efficiently, but until you get those items, you're quite mediocre.
Yeah, I mean, no, for sure, right? And I mean, speaking of mediocre, actually, rates 3v3 in this lane is super, super not so good. They have Senna, Karma, and Viego. I think if they try to gank this and Voljo is around, for sure they're gonna be able to win this one out. But now, as I say, this they're not scared to go for it. They're actually gonna be fighting.
Wants to go for the kill, gets the root as well. If the flash comes in, that would be enough. But that's a good play from Buzzy, putting himself in the front line. Holzen now is the one in target. He has to flash away. The cleanse has been used in a lot of some of their spells are being burned on the bot side. On one side, London United only have the Ignite remaining, while on the other side, it's Velocity keeping his flash available.
Voljo, secures the crab there before going for that bot lane. I think they were not expecting Julbo to gank on that one. I think if he was a bit earlier, they could have for sure punished the really aggressive play there coming from Wraith. But as you speak of this, no kills going down. Hoy's losing his flash, losing his cleanse as well. Julbo losing his flash. And on one hand, it's just a really good trade for Wraith, obviously. They get all the flashes on the side of London United. They keep Velocity's flash. They're able to push in this wave. They're going to trade it for the Drake. Ooh, this is a really early one. This might be the game where I can say it's going to be an early solo.
London United doing a really good job in the early game, aside from the top lane. Super Big Fun is not having fun, obviously, on this matchup. Aatrox versus Fiora is not an easy one, especially if Curl is doing this sort of oppression, as Holz is going to be the one first falling. They do the dragon, they stay in the lane, and they get punished by it.
I think Wraith just expected them to base after that one, but as you mentioned, Voldio stays around. He knows that they can punish this. Hoist didn't have his flash, obviously, or his cleanse. And it just looked like an easy pickup. Buzzy not gonna be so happy about getting that kill on that one, but a kill is a kill. I mean, a first blood for London United. This is what we need to be able to see from them consistently, right? They need to have some sort of game plan. They have it. They play through the bot side. Voldio goes for this gank. He knows he doesn't have flash, and it's just a clean, easy pickup onto Hoist.
This is an easy take. You don't have the flash on Senna. She has no mobility, so this is an easy take for London. Cool perspective of the game. They're evolving as well. This is a good site for London, that they can look into the enemy and like, okay, we can punish on this side. They don't have anything. This is how we need to play.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, right? They just kind of have to do the same thing, right? Just go put your eggs in the Rusty Sniper basket. He has the Lulu, he has the Little Tempo as well. I think if he can get if he can get going and snowball this game, he can really do some heavy damage on this Varus. He's gonna be able to get enchanted. Obviously, if he gets a couple of items under his belt, it's really hard for Raid to actually deal with him. They don't have that insane CC lockdown where they can just go for that AD carry. They only have so many. They have so many carries in the team, but not really a lot of CC. So if the AD carry gets ahead on your enemy team, ooh, you're not gonna be happy about that one.
Mid lane is not going for the X trinket. It seems like it all is comfortable of this one. It's like, no, I don't need this. This could be a great challenge. But as soon as you see the world ender, you just, oh, you parley. You're not parley, you parry. It's in such a beautiful way, gracious way, I would say. And super big fun now with no ultimates. I mean, that's a kill.
Yeah,
That's a kill angle.
Yeah,
you
this
go
is
for it.
Yeah, this is open up for Curl, right, to actually play aggressive in the matchup. I asked Sheen. He's playing a super big fan who obviously used the ultimate, but Voljo, he's not done, man.
Pulse doesn't have flash available. The cleanse is also not there. Karma can only shield you so much. The root is there. Holes is running away, gets the heal, but Ignite is taking. Voljo's just needed the ultimate for the tower knife, not the engage. It seems like London United are not capable of punishing yet again the holes.
Super clean movement there from Hoyce. I mean, he has dodged almost every single ability that could dodge the Varus Q. Didn't get hit by the Volibear E as well. He just got hit by the stun, and that was manages for him to get out of there. And I mean, this is the thing, right? While all of this is happening, Voljo is investing so much in the bot side. You'll be just farming on his own. His 10 CS up. Curl as well, just kind of having a field day on this Fiora. He's just gonna scale even better coming into the mid game. So it's kind of a ticking time bomb on the side of Raid. They have the Fiora, the Viego as well, the Corki obviously gonna scale so well with the Cull and the Tear, you know, the double combo. And Voljo really has to keep go on the side of on the bot lane and keep punishing Hoist and Velocity.
We're still 8 minutes in, and there's already a Herald in favor of Yulbo, so he would be the one trying to get some sort of lead or place for his team. Maybe the mid lane, maybe empowering even further beyond the top lane for the Fiora that already has access to that Sheen. It seems like the ultimate from Aatrox is going to be available yet again, so it will not be punished. Oh, nah, it was close, but not enough.
Oh. Yeah, that was a close one indeed. And I mean, Yulbo now gonna get both camps uncontested. Unless London United has something to say about this. Bassi, I'm not playing cocky on this Lulu, but once again, they don't have the C's to lock anyone on the side of Raid down as of now. And yeah, I mean, just really good practice play there from the side of Raid. They get the Herald, they realize, hey, we don't have to be done here. We can go for more. We can go for the camps. They actually get that as well. Curl popping the ultimate on the top side. So big fun using his own as well. I mean, this is just the top lane in a nutshell, right? Just trading abilities all the time, but no one is actually dying. That's kind of the classic.
Super big fan. Caulfield Warhammer. He knows how he needs to play this one. He needs to play on the pokey way and not get these stuns. Because if he gets stunned, Curl can go in. Although he's running out of mana, ultimate is not available. But one more knock up should be enough. Ignite is available in this matchup in favor of Curl. And the TP is still on. So with the Sheen, it should be enough, especially if Yulbo is on the top side. You didn't see it. He didn't see it. He sees it now. Is it too late? The Vital is there. He's going for another one. You pop the ultimate, but your life has been forgotten. As Yulbo takes this one, cleans the wave, and here comes the Herald.
Oh, god damn, I mean, well played from Yulbo, but he just flashes in. He knows that he can't get a kill if he gets a stun off, but he actually smites the minions. So what is this guy doing? Is he taking every single resource from Curl?
On the bot side, though, we have a kill. It's a double kill for Sarge. He took now Noise alongside Velocity. They're trying to get some sort of punish, and all is there with the package. Let's see if he's capable of doing anything. He has 3 members running away, but look at them. They're full HP, so you have to let this one slide.
Really good crossbuff there coming in from the side of London United. This is really what we want to see from them, and they're gonna get the Drake as well. All in all, though, I mean, I'm just really looking at this side of top side from the side of Raid. They are just dominating super hard now. Yulbo getting super far ahead on this vehicle. Super big fan is gonna die again. Oh my god, these guys, they don't sleep, man. What are they doing?
They don't sleep. Always awake looking for kills. This is how the League of Legends life goes. But this means Curl now goes back with Sheen, double long sword. I don't know. Oh, straight up Divine Sundered. Oh no. Let's take a look at the bot lane. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, this is just a cross-up, right, coming from London United. It's really good the decision from them. They can't really go for the top side. They just decide, hey, I'm playing Volibear, guys. My ultimate can actually disable towers, and yeah, they just go for the 2v4. They just looks like House and Velocity couldn't really do anything about that one, right? Corki tries to move into the bot side, but a little bit too late. And I mean, a really good punishment coming in there from London United, I have to say it once again. But in the end, I'm looking at this jungle matchup right now. Julbu has the Blade of the Rune, can already finish it 30 CS up. He's 2 levels up on Voljo. Wherever Julbu goes, Voljo does not want to be on the same side as him.
I'm going to tell you something. Ox from LPL, the great caster, I used to play with him. And he always said that Senna support, I won't say hate, but it is like Senna support with a lot of passion. And usually what he tells me is like, okay, if Senna doesn't have flash, you can punish her for at least 5 minutes straight. And this is exactly what London United are doing. And Hoyes is not playing the game. He's just being dived and dive and dive. And if you slow down the soul count as a support, Senna, you don't do anything. Look at them. They're right back on track. They don't have the ultimate from the Volibear, but they don't care. Sarge is there. Everfrost doesn't connect. Charm as well. But you're a sit-in duck as a Senna without flash.
Oh, the double TP though coming in from the roll and curl.
Double TP as Yoldo is running away. Rusty Sniper getting too low. He's forced to flash away. Shaman's available. But look at him. He's on the other side. Wulbul takes the heart of the enemy. And maybe looking for more. Gets a dash in. Yulbul trying to run in. But the Varus doesn't have that movement speed. So he has to go back into the Viego. But they got the window is still open. And they want to capitalize as much as they can on the flashless Senna.
How he's just being the sacrificial lamb there on the side of his team. But I mean, honestly, if I'm the Hoist this game, I'm just being really happy. Like every single time that he dies, Wraith has gotten something on the side of top side, or in that case, there's double TP down. And yeah, I mean, just really good punishment there from them. And I mean, Julbu, he's just been really chilling this game. Like he's been farming every single camp. He has been diving topside as well. Wait, is this gonna be a dive from Super Big Fun? Is it gonna be enough? No, oh, he gets one-tapped!
He was pulled at the same time that he wanted to parry it.
Oh my god. I mean, you were mentioning it. You were saying it, Arsham, like, oh, this guy is not playing the game. Actually, if we could get a look on the soul count that he has as well, I would be surprised if it's over like 40 at this point. Like that is 40 is actually probably
dead,
way
so you
too
cannot click on it. But
oh, it's 41 actually.
Are you surprised?
Yes, I'm really surprised. I thought he was gonna have like 20. Honestly, this guy has not been having a good time in this lane, and this is kind of what you can expect when you're playing as Volibear and Varus Lulu. You're getting poked, and also your jungle is playing on the other side of the map. But let's just see if this is gonna be enough for London United, with Hoist being 0-4 on this support Senna. As you mentioned, Ox, not a big fan of this champion, especially, I mean, when it's played support at least. And as you mentioned, if it's behind, it's just completely useless.
At this point, it seems like Fiora is not capable of doing the 1v1 when the timing is there. That's the thing. None of these top laners are going for the anti-heal. Both of them could go for the Executioner's Calling to try and deny the other one, but I think they just want to play the matchup like Dragon Ball. Be the most powerful that you can do. Like, be Super Saiyan 3. I don't care. I just want to fight you at the highest power possible.
Yeah, and that's just respectable, right? I think if Curl would come back to lane with an Executioner's Calling, you bet your ass Super Big Fun is gonna come right back on the next recall with another Executioner's Calling of his own, right? But these guys, they're Titans. They're not scared to fight and duke it out with all the healing to their arsenal. And I'm just looking at Fiora, and I feel like once again it's just kind of a ticking time bomb. I think Super Big Fan has been redeeming himself quite a bit, even though he got killed, he got punished by Julbo and Curl. He has been still keeping up in farm. He got that solo dive onto Hoist, and it's not a good, it's not a bad show up coming here for Super Big Fun.
50 minutes in, as the chains do not connect, no one gets rooted on the ground. Varus loses his most important arrow before the dragon. 10 seconds. They have no lockdown aside from the engage from Waldo and Sarge. They need to overcommit themselves if they want to catch someone. But now Hoyes has the flash available, has the cleanse as well, so he may be able to play League of Legends.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at the top side right now. Like, Super Big Fan actually decides to just say, screw it, guys, I'm not gonna group with you on the Drake. Oof, that was super close from Voljo. Oh, that was A for effort, honestly. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? London United, they see that they have the Cloud Soul, some people call it, and they just kind of realize that they don't have to play for this third Drake as well. They can just decide to trade it for resource on the top side of the map. And Super Big Fun now, he got the tower, got at least 2 waves on his side, and Curlis is kind of he's not being starved, but he for sure lost out on resources in that trade, and that's not what you want to do as a Fiora.
We're going to get the Cloud Soul, so I don't think both teams will fight this hard on the objective. I think the Elder Dragon is a little bit more important, so we might get to see one at 30 minutes, maybe, if they even prioritize that sort of objective. Talking about objectives, we have another Elder, not Elder, but we have another, ooh, that's a lot of damage, Volibear. You gotta run faster. That was a wild growth to save the bear.
Oh my god, I mean, you see how much damage Julbu has at this point. Like, he's just completely one-tapping Voljo with the help of his team. Yeah, item diff is just coming in super clutch. He's 50 CS ahead. He got 2 heralds for his team. They're gonna get his mid tower as well. And while London United has such a good showing in the early game with the punishment of the bot side, the top side is just kind of running away with the gamer, I feel like, from the side of Raid.
Again, a herald with double headbutt. This is so valuable, because these two T2 towers don't recover HP. They're not inhibitor towers. They're not Nexus towers. So it means that she's going to be like this for a long, long time. I think they don't recover HP. I don't think they recover HP. I think it's only inhibitor towers. But I might be mistaken. Nah, thank you so much, production. There you go. Because I know the other ones recover 9 HP per second. So yeah, thank you for confirmation.
That's nice.
Meanwhile, Blade of the Ring King on Viego alongside Divine Sandred. The damage you saw was the Blade of the Ring King, because not only it's his own blade, but also when you Q and you auto attack, you proc it 2 times.
Yeah.
So it's kind of busted. But if I may test, I'm so sad, Riot doesn't allow Viego, when he builds the Blade of the Ring King, to get actually a different sword in the skin.
Actually, that is a really good point, Arsham.
Yeah.
I think you're completely right about that one.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
why not, right?
Oof. He's going for the grand challenge.
Oh,
he procs it every single thing. And Super Big Fun is now running away. The Ignite is sticking, but now he's sticking away as from the skies comes Molzer with the storm bringing. As Yulbo now is low, picks up the soul of the enemy.
Oh
and
my god,
collects with Aatrox, the destroyer of worlds. And now he's the one bringing the storm. He can go back right in for Buzzy to try and get the kill, as Velocity is going for the root, but it seems like the Fox is way too slippery. But missile after missile is more than enough. And the machine gun is bringing the hopes and dreams from London United on their knees as they take yet another team fight.
London United looks super good initially. I mean, Curl actually proccing that ultimate faster than I ever seen. I only seen the Shy doing it faster than that. I mean, that was super quick and clean from Curl. He does go down to Voljo in the end, but at what cost, right? I mean, we're gonna see the replay. And I mean, I thought that Super Big Fun was actually gonna smash Curl into the payment sphere, but you know Fiora, and you know that they didn't go for any healing reduction whatsoever on both sides, so he's gonna be able to heal up with this one, gets the Ignite proc as well, and he's actually buying so much time for his team, and he gets kind of caught out by Voljo, and they're getting a good pickup here on the side of London United, but I mean, when Julbu gets one reset, it is impossible for London United to win the fight after that.
Such a great performance coming in from Yulbu as well. It always popping. We keep talking about this mid laner every single show day. And regardless of the pick that he brings, he showcases why this team is in the middle of the pack. And if they win today, they might jump into 2nd or 3rd place. I would have to see at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, this mid jungle especially, right? Julbu and Arole has been super consistent for the team. Julbu actually kind of famous for his Gragas. He's like known as this Gragas main. So I'm kind of surprised to see that Gragas even being buffed in the last patch, but I think mostly for top lane, unfortunately. But Julbu is showing that he can play a lot of different champions and sitting really comfortably here. Like I mentioned again, like he's 60 CS up, man, 2 levels up on the Volibear. Like this Volibear cannot even touch Julbu in any of these fights.
10 seconds for the 3rd dragon for London, if they secure it. But while they're doing that, it's a turret on the top side that goes down. 600 gold coming in clean for Fiora. And she's not done. She's not done.
She does not care, man. She has the TP. She could look to join this fight if she wants to, but you're playing Fiora. Could you say, hey guys, screw this Drake. You can fight a 5v4 if you wish. And they might actually decide to do so, but they're going for a rolling with this pick.
Everfrost doesn't even
Oh.
connect. Sean, nah, he doesn't care about that Fox. He's not as beautiful as you think. As she uses the last Spirit Rush to try and secure this one. And it's an X-Tech Dragon, by the way.
No.
The Cloud is a bait.
no.
The Cloud is a bait, and it was stolen. 2 of those X-Techs are insecure for Wraith. I was debated as the ultimate from Oz is more than enough to slow them down. What a massive rocket coming in clean. And almost with the bigger one. Super Big Fun just smelling the rocket as he passes right through his nose. And meanwhile, they're smelling that the base is burning.
Hey, that's not our fault, man. We got baited. Look at the top left side of the screen. I mean, this bug has been in the game for so long, right? Please, you have to fix this. It's been so long.
I should have learned. I should have known better, man. It's on me. It's on me. We have to be better, man.
We take this one.
I take the L. I take the L.
Yeah, actually seeing the gates as well. Obviously, it's gonna be obvious. Yeah, that is for sure our fault. Can't really blame right on that one, even though it's a bit. It's a bit concerning because some bugs have been in the game for so long time. Like we see Kalista, she has a list of bugs, man, like 10 or like even more bugs.
I wouldn't say it's a bug and test. It's more like features, you know.
Ah, yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good point.
For you to discover, you know.
Yeah.
You get to discover new parts of the game. Okay, when I was a kid, I was playing games, and you bought the game, you would get like a special book to tell you about secrets, but even so, you would find more secrets if you played along, and maybe you would find a secret level, a secret skill, or even ability. I mean, League of Legends is just providing this nowadays.
Yeah, actually, yeah, they're just modernly thinking about how they can keep it relevant in the esports industry. Keep it fresh. Yeah, I mean, I can respect that. Speaking of fresh though, I mean, I can't really stop talking about Julbu. This guy, once again, him and Erole, I feel like they're dishing out so much damage in his fights. Even fighting 5v4 in that Drake, Karl was just, hey guys, I'm playing Fiora. Don't really want to join team fights. I'm just gonna be pushing top lane. They get the Drake as well, the Hex Tech and the Inhibitor. This just looks like the Raid show all over again. Like we have Volgio on the Volibear, did so many things good in the early game, but not nearly enough for on the side of London United.
Oh, that's not a good duel. That's not a good duel. Sarge instantly procs the ultimate to run away from Curl, and Curl just needs to buy time. He has his ultimate available. If he wants to join the fight, he doesn't even need to TP. He can just go in for the kill and then go for the TP. Buzzy is so low, and look who's there to take the kill. Instantly Curl comes in. Woljo now is running away. Would you say that you're kind of in danger? I know, that was sorry.
It's super clean package there from Erole. Just make sure that Buzzy can never ever get out, even if he wanted to. And yeah, Karl actually decided when I said this, I'm playing Fiora, guys. I don't want to run a group with my team. He decides to go for the flank, and he gets pop off onto Buzzy. Now they're gonna secure this Nash basically for free, right? And London United is gonna try to farm as much as possible. But now we're looking at a 10,000 gold lead on the side of Raid. Gonna be even more when they decide to pick up this Nash. And I mean, it's just looking super dire, right? We talked about how London United really needed to have some sort of late game insurance. They have that in the Varus. They need some sort of early game proactiveness in the side of Volibear. They have a really good Sarge has been playing well in this Ahri, being 2-0-2, but not been able to dish out as much damage as the Corki. Even though he died 0 times, he's almost 3k down on this Ahri against the Corki.
It's the first strike proc coming in for 3,000 gold lead, especially with those plates. I'm talking about plates. Curl is also on the big advantage as Rusty Sniper is going way too low. Sarge as well. Errol is looking for the big one. Wanted the big target instead of going for the lower ones. Maybe he wanted more than he could chew as Wuju is running his way as well. Buzzy, what are you doing still fighting? This is not a good position. And Wraith are going to take everything they want. By the way, Rusty Sniper with the Gale Force and Blade of the Ring King. This is a complicated build to actually activate in this game.
Yeah, I think for sure you have to go some sort of Kraken Slayer or maybe the more Immortal Shield Bow when you're playing against the poke side of Erole. And now he has the Gale Force for sure, right? But what is he gonna Gale Force? Is he gonna Gale Force the big rocket coming out of Corki? Or are you gonna Gale Force the Viego stun? I mean, I don't know.
Oh, man, you can't Gale Force this!
Oh my god!
You can't do it. They're all looking for another. He has the missile. Probably looking for Sarge. He wants to take Sarge really low. Buzzy! almost goes down instantly, but they take him down nonetheless. And all with such a big lead, just piloting this Corki as best as he can see. And they go for the desperate play. They get the desperate kill nonetheless, as it all doesn't have ammo. And this should be the window, but the window is closing because the Nexus is falling. And Wright secures himself yet another win.
Oh, I mean, just clean coming in there from Wraith. They decided, guys, we're gonna leave you on an island on the bot side. If Volibear comes ganks you, okay, fine. But we're gonna get so much on the top side that it won't matter at all. Julbo having a complete pop-up performance on this Viego. He smited his laners minions rather. He got the whole wave, and I mean, he just showed for it, man. He did so much in that game.
He did so, and this team climbs the ladder as other teams are falling. In London are still in 10th place with double digits. They don't want to be there. Relegations is going to be a tough one for them because we know that Div 3 teams are looking for the spots on Div 2, and since Garp showed us, those teams have a really good quality. Now, we need to talk with these teams, so we're going to toss it to a quick break, and we'll return as soon as we can. I'll see you soon.